side battle of Rio Hill this week. It's a bit of a doozy. We only get 10 brigades, so I have diverged from my usual ongoing strat this campaign. Only taking 2 intended combined divisions here. And I have to take 3 more normal brigades to fill out space. We're going to take 1 token artillery piece. We'll see how effective it is or isn't. We're taking a pair of melee cavalry, which again is a bit of a departure, for reasons which shall soon be clear. So let's get into it. Rio Hill. Our supply station on Rio Hill, a few miles north of Charlottesville, is under attack. We spotted numerous enemy cavalry approaching, and they are dismounting, preparing to attack us from all directions. Union cavalry is equipped with advanced weaponry and is better trained than ordinary infantry, so we have to use our best troops to withstand their assault. Those supplies are desperately needed for our armies fighting in Virginia. Protect them at all costs. So what you can see here is dismounted enemy cavalry is, it's code for skirmishers. They probably won't be able to actually remount. They may have some normal cavalry with them. It looks like they have a lot of artillery for some reason, but usually the AI is pretty bad at moving its artillery up to attack, so hopefully they'll just sit at long range and we can either pick them off at our leisure or ignore them entirely. We'll see. If their cavalry have nothing better to do, they can go hunt them, but I suspect they'll be quite busy. So we also see their axis attacks along these trees, so we can't stop that really, and also along these trees and then cross the river, so we might be able to catch them on the river here if we were so inclined. I don't know that we will be so inclined, but it is an option. Let's get into it. Large numbers of Federal cavalry are approaching our supply station near Charlottesville. They should belong to Stoneman's Cavalry Corps that is raiding eastern Virginia. We have a few brigades located here that can stop those Yankees. So this is bad news. We not only have fortifications to the north, but they're also indicating we have fortifications aiming to the south. That means that we're going to get surrounded. And a courier has been dispatched to recall our detachments operating to the southwest. They will return as soon as possible to aid us in the defense. And we have a limited deployment. So there's actually a Union side mission around this time in the campaign as well. That's pretty similar to this, where you start off with the VP effectively in the center of the map, surrounded and with limited deployment, and you're also getting attacked by high-level skirmishers. So the key to that mission, in my opinion, was the initial deployment was basically a trap. You should avoid it at all costs. You should basically retreat from that deployment because it is a bad idea to try and hold it. And instead, you should pull back to a better defensible location and make your stand there and wait for your reinforcements to arrive. And then only once that happened should you then proceed to attack. So that is what we will do. We're going to pull back. Maybe these trees, but it's sort of skirmishers don't have a problem with open terrain, so they can. There's only 2 trees here wide, so they can like flank all the way around here, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's just not enough cover here for my full width. So I'm going to in fact want to pull back even further. Here is bad. It's probably like here. Even I could even, I could even pull back all the way across the river. Although that would involve sort of ceding the initiative entirely, and it would make crossing the river back if they ended up waiting for me. It would make that pretty murderous. So instead, I think I'm gonna try and use. No, these are fields. It's not really the greatest cover. You know what? If I was really feeling cheeky, I could just run straight south here and take these trees over. Or I could even put a unit here to watch the river and then sort of spread out this way. That could also be an option. But no, this is where reinforcements come from, and we're going to want to stay tightly grouped up, and really just as a hammer blow, push through against skirmishers. You don't want to split up and get into very small fights against skirmishers. So to that end, 1, 2, 3. Say like 1 here. Maybe you get flanked from here, it'd be a problem. Like here, we want to make sure that they can't sit in these trees right here when they can shoot us. So like one here, and then 1 here, I think, and then put the artillery right here, and we'll see how that goes. And the artillery will stay with them. This way. All right. Let's try this. Okay, and then just basically keep the supplies and then right on top of the artillery. Let's see how that looks. An observation point there, that might be interesting. I don't think I can afford to just have a unit out there randomly to sit on it though. Sit back just a little bit further. Okay. This will let them potentially move up slightly and sit in this cover if they actually get far enough from the trees. You can see that the Union just got 2 big deployments. They've got like 2 to 3 brigades of guns on the field and a whole lot of their skirmishers. So, we'll see how this looks. Using the skirmishers on my lines to sort of protect against the flanks as much as I can. Because obviously I'm a little shy on troops here. In fact, I'm going to adjust my lines slightly. I want to avoid having gaps as much as I can. The problem is that I'm trying to control this gap right here. I don't really know that I have the option. All right. Oops. Nope. You actually, I wanted you to stay like this. Okay. They try to fly. Okay, I'm just gonna kill you. And their other. Oh. Okay. Nope. Pause. Oof. That. Now, okay, so now I need to refuse the flank here. You need to just sit here for now. Because I need to switch them to facing dead on so that they don't get crushed by this flank. I need to pull them back slightly. I need to pull them back slightly. And then I need to push the artillery back here. And then they can sit right here for now. Dropping the water system, that's really good damage on them. For skirmishers fighting skirmishers. Up there for now. These guys are great. Okay, this is a really good trade for me right now. Okay, so we held for now, and actually we traded really well. They lost 500. We've lost maybe a couple hundred skirmishers at the most. Yeah, this is really favorable. Skirmishers fighting skirmishers is really good, unsurprisingly. I need to attach. I need to push some more of my skirmishers here. And then I need them, I want to push them up equal, so that they actually get the opportunity to shoot. Combine. I'm going to have the cavalry come down and then run across. Oh, never mind, they're just going to charge. Okay, sure, sounds good. So, you know, I pulled them down because I had to, but now I need to get some guys up here to help cover this flank, and then I need to really start pushing on them, because I'm going to run out of time. So you need to push forward and take over that angle of attack. Are you actually losing against them? Wow. Okay, these freaking skirmishers. They've been caught in melee. Oh, they overchased. so let's take a look at the numbers here. They've lost, that was about 1,500, and we've lost maybe about 800. So that's actually a good ratio for us. And they've lost 5 guns off of this brigade. So it looks like they had brigades of 9 guns, so probably 4 brigades. Now we need to be very careful about position here. So we pushed back these forces. I can't see if we actually shattered any of them. Doesn't look like it, but they're a lot weaker now. And if they stay here, they'll get shot to pieces. Yeah, these guys haven't been doing much. That's sort of to be expected. Yeah, we're now gonna take over. So I need to have them run up, and then we're just gonna outshoot them. Shoot. I need them to charge in and kill these guys. So they got taken out. Some artillery shooting from here. Okay. So we'll just have them harass these guys to death. Pause, just look at our tactical situation. We've killed about 3,000 troops, lost about 2,000, so a little less favorable now as we've been sort of getting out into worse cover, and we're have to actually attack now. I need to keep an eye. These guys can't. This is our main axis of attack, so I can't let them fall behind. These guys need to finally get back into the fight. lost the skirmishers out there. That's really surprising. Okay, so I need to be careful. These guys are too weak. They need to be recombined. Pause. Okay, that's really good. Oh, shoot. Need to get them up here. Need to push my artillery up. Still haven't been doing a heck of a lot. I'm just gonna ignore these guys. They're so weak. My cavalry? Oh no, okay. To get into the trees. Guys for much more. It's really tempting. Alright, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna use them just to keep harassing them. And hopefully they don't die. They just need to absorb shots. Route with them. Looks like we're holding, so I'm gonna keep pushing them up. I don't want to lose them. 345 is too weak to do anything, so I'm gonna route them. Focus. Okay, and pause. So we can see by the waves, I think we just cracked their last shell. Yeah, they have 508 soldiers left, 223 artillery. Yep, they've got nothing left. Alright, that's awesome. Yeah, so we're just going to run at them. Okay, so we surrendered supplies, or captured the supplies rather. Just killing this last infantry, or artillery. We'll just sit on the point. Yep. Okay, there we go. And that's victory. That is a very tricky battle. Certainly, I've heard elsewhere that a lot of people have been having problems with it. Definitely stands to reason. So, yeah, we have roughly brigade parity, but obviously we've got stronger brigades because we've got infantry and they've got skirmishers in terms of numbers. But you saw they had a number of just ridiculous 3-star skirmishers, you know, that beat up our 100 melee cavalry in melee. Kind of ridiculous. We still outkilled them in the end. So I'm very pleased with that. Even going 1-to-1 against skirmishers, skirmishers of that caliber would have been fine, and we even got some captures out of it. So that's good. Lose less than 40% of your army. It was getting close there. It's probably about 11,500. So we can only afford to lose maybe about 1,000, 1,500 more. These are our 3 independent infantry brigades. You know, still took a lot of losses on them. Our cavalry just got kind of mauled there, especially this unit. I sent these guys in partially to die, sort of in the infantry's place, since this isn't really surprising. I thought they would do a little better in killing, but sometimes if you lose track of them for an instant, you saw that they overchase, and you have to call them back really. You have to micromanage them really hard. The artillery was not super effective. 163 is pretty bad, to be honest, but in its defense, you know, there wasn't a lot. I had a fairly compact line, and so it did get the opportunity to shoot through them pretty much all the time. And I'm not so sure that, say, spreading out and diluting my fire would have been a better choice. So this is okay. Maybe a more long-range, precise artillery also could have done better than the howitzers, but the howitzers are generally pretty good overall, so it's hard to say. So there's no wounded officers, no killed. That's very surprising. The goods. Okay, so this stands to in support of our previous what we did in the camp screen. We captured primarily Spencer carbines and some regular Spencers and some Burnsides. No scoped rifles. It's very important. So I make sure that in the camp screen you don't have scope rifles on anyone in your army when you get to battles like Rio Hill. Sometimes you can do it, and like this is what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes it's okay if they're, so long as they're not in the units that you brought, then the enemy skirmishers won't get scaled like crazy. But sometimes in a battle like Rio Hill, they'll check all of your army, and if you have, you know, even on forces you didn't bring, if you had scope rifles anywhere, they'll scale to the max. So just don't have them on anyone, and you'll be a lot safer. They had some Lamottes, just the top end for on the melee cavalry. I generally don't use them because they're too expensive. But that's good to have. We got back some of our 61s and some of our other 63s also. We don't care about these. Alright, it's victory. Thanks for watching.